Taking the charismatic approach is more than just good manners.
Roll out!
Hey guys, how you doing? Yesterday's video, about Canadians ruining the game. Yeah, focused on the light tank that was sitting at the back, camping at the very back. It wasn't so much about a camp and lose. I've done those type of videos before, but that one was talking about a light tank that were, refusing to move forward and how much of it handicaps the team. And it kind of reminded me of a couple of videos I had, sitting on my hard drive here. And I thought I'd pull out and show you. First one's going to be in this Glory IS-5, and they're both on Erlenberg. I'm saying that right. And you'll notice that there's a bunch of guys camping at the back. In both instances, I spawn on the same side. These videos are separated probably by a few months. But they're both Erlenberg, and they're both on the same spawn side. And they both feature guys camping at the back hill. And normally that's that results in a loss. Right? I'd say about 90, in my experience, probably 90% of the time. And why does it result in a loss? Well, there's a couple factors. I talked about in one of my, like a camp and lose video, or lake view, where guys are camping at the very back of the map, at the very back. That's where artillery likes to sit, safe amongst some hills at the very back of the map. And there's like about 4 of our top tier guys. It was a tier 10 game, and I think it was in the tier 8 tank. I went to the city, and of course got wrecked because nobody covered the support, but they're all camping in the back there. And just how easily the team, the enemy team did a good job of closing the final attack on them and made their defense what they thought was a defensive posture absolutely totally ineffective, completely useless. So, and I talked in that video about how, their camping strategy at the very back or on a hill or something like that. I've often said in other videos too, you bitch yourself into a corner. And when you bitch yourself into a corner, if the enemy team attacks properly to finish you off at the end, there's no hope. There's no hope of you surviving that defensive position. You're gonna get wrecked. But I mentioned in that Lakeview video that there's a couple ways the team can fuck it up. Their final attack, if they all attack from one direction, and they like ducks in a shooting gallery waiting to be knocked down. That's one way they can fuck it up and lose their final press to finish off the defending team. or if the attacking team is just too tentative. Or of course if they make both mistakes at the same time. They all attack from one direction and they're far there's no aggression. There's complete lack of aggression in their final attack. They just do it way too slowly. Allow the defending team to, their tanks to reload and adjust maybe, and positioning just a little bit. Defend their position and win. So that It kind of reminded me of these two videos I had saved up, where I show these two contracts. In one case, it just doesn't work. In this case, there was a bunch of guys sitting on the floor, on the back of this, the friendly spawn there in Erlenberg, and you know, they're camped out on that hill where guys like to camp out, and they got wrecked. It didn't help them one little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna get surrounded here and just taken out in this glory IS-5. Tried to do as good as I could over there, but let's just pin out. If there was any artillery in that game there, I would have been dead long time ago. But because there was no artillery, survived there almost to the end. But the end is inevitable here, because the guys who were camping in the back got wiped out. And this will happen if, you know, guys who tend to camp at the back of the map get tunnel vision. And they're only looking one direction. And that's okay if the enemy attacks from that one direction. If they attack from multiple directions, you get yourself into a corner and it's a death trap. So next game coming up here. Sorry. Next game coming up here is a tier 10 match. Same spawn, Erlenberg, in the T54E2. And this is even, you know, a worse example. Only three guys going forward on this side of the map, going towards the enemy. And that's just not enough. And look at how much there. Right, so I'm figuring this is going to be a loss right away. That's why I'm locking. And once in a while I'm wrong. And this is going to be one of those occasions where the guys at the back do come up with a victory. This type of situation, at least in my experience, is very, very rare. Extremely rare. But either way, I have a good game in this tier 8 tank here, in this position. This tank has fairly good gun depression. I'm able to work a different position here that, you know, is preferable to the one that I had to work before in the Glory IS-5, because it lacks the gun depression to do what this tank is doing right here. So in general here, I'm just trying to be an irritant, you know, to the enemy team, but they make sure they focus me out pretty quick. And it's a very, very large, well, with two dudes in a platoon there together, not even freaking playing, it's a large discrepancy in the tanks here. But you'll see that the enemy teams makes this classic mistake that I was talking about when I mentioned in previous videos about, you know, how when they have a numerical advantage in tanks, but they fuck up the final attack, and the guys who are camping are able to take advantage of that. Here's the two platoon guys just, you know, not even playing right. And they're gonna get whacked there. So as they start to press, but they press only from the one direction, and they make it easy for the guys camping the hill here. So I'll just shut up and let you watch how it transpires from here on. You'll see that the positioning is important. We have guys on the other side of the map, and these guys camp in the hill. And the enemy team, even though they have a numerical advantage, will only press one side of the map, which is a tactical mistake on their part, right? So that's what the point I'm trying to make, and what I've tried to make in other videos. Is this defensive tactic right here only works if the enemy team fucks up their final push. You know what I mean? The final attack. They do it without a lack of aggression, and they only come from one direction. Well, this enemy team made both mistakes. They kind of came one at a time, a lack of aggression, a lack of real pressing hard against our guys camped on the hill. And they just came from one direction. So in other words, they're making the defense fairly easy. See, now it's much closer. There's only 2 tank difference now. It's much closer. Is that 705 went and took care of them on that other side. So now we have some guys who were pressing that other side. The guy was in the ruins there, in the in the Type 5. They took him out by the ruins. Like he was the only guy on the other side of the map, right? And he's been taken out. But watch how these guys are they're too soft when it comes to the pressing this final attack. It's tied up now, of course, right? So our guys are a little bit more confident, especially this guy here in the object, 705A. I don't think we would have won this game if he hadn't have, pushed up a little bit and pressed now from camping on the hill, he transitions to attacking the guys who are left on the side. Oh, sorry. And the guy kind of walks around the corner there and gives an easy shot to the Turan. And a nice shot there completely obliterates that guy. And the Death Star now it's finally moving up, and it's just a matter of finishing off the artillery piece, finding and finishing off the artillery piece now. There he is. Good. Almost is wiped him out in one shot there. So they're gonna lay the finishing touches on this guy. And but wouldn't have won that game if the enemy team, because they had such greater numbers, especially with 2 guys on our team not even playing. If they had pressed their final attack more aggressively and more intelligently by splitting off instead of all coming from the bridge, that left-hand side bridge side. So good on our guys for finishing off the game there. Those 3 guys at the top. Anyhow, guys, just wanted to put that out to you. Thank you for watching.